We're talking with social worker Ken Williams, who's been working with Santa Barbara County for 30 years, and he's going to tell us about what's going on with our local homeless. There have been a large number of recent deaths. Ken?
Well, yes, in the last 48 hours we've had 3 homeless deaths, 2 men and a woman, all old by the judgment of the streets because they're in the late 40s to early 50s, and you don't live past that when you're on the streets. The last 3 weeks we've had 5 homeless deaths, and the last 6 weeks we've had 6 homeless deaths. And the tragedy and the sad part about all of this is last year when I saw the rate of death starting to accelerate amongst the homeless, we try to bring awareness to the community through different media outlets. So this is like a slow-moving train that you saw it happening. You saw the deaths increasing, and then all of a sudden, come this year, it just exploded. You know, like 6 deaths in 6 weeks is an unconscionable amount of people dying on our streets.
What's going on with the shelters? How much help is available?
There's a lot of help available, but like CASA is booked. You can't put any more people there. And there are some room at the rescue mission or the Sally. Transition House is booked again. But a lot of the people we have problems with, there's so many mentally ill people out here that they can't make the rational decisions to come in and sleep off the streets. Plus, if you're schizophrenic or bipolar, it's very, very difficult to sleep with a lot of people. Sometimes you go in the shelters, the stress levels are sky high. So I was out all last week giving out ponchos and jackets and socks and stuff. And so many people I'd approach, there was the protection of the mentally ill. I mean, this one guy, I tried to give a poncho. He wouldn't take a poncho until I gave him $1, and then he took the poncho. And then he said, I got a jacket in the car, come with me around the corner. He goes, I'm not going with you. You're going to throw me in the car and kidnap me. Yeah, like I got nothing better to do. But that was his paranoia. That's his disease, his symptom. So he wouldn't take a jacket, and it's raining, and he had no shoes on. He had socks that were soaked and falling off. And there was just literally dozens and dozens of homeless mentally ill people on State Street in a 6-block area that are not in any of the shelters, not utilizing the shelters at all.
How many people out in our community are not able to use the shelters on a nightly basis?
Well, there's no way. There's no way. The guesstimate or estimate is between 4,000 and 6,000 countywide, with the vast majority of that situated in Santa Barbara. We have 400 beds at the best, so you have beds for maybe 10%.
What can people do to help?
You know, there's a variety of things. From the practical, they could call the shelters, the Salvation Army Rescue Mission, CASA, Transition House. They use volunteers, they use equipment. But sometimes they go beyond that. It's the spiritual dimension. You could just treat a homeless person as a human being and just make the eye contact. Maybe they simply need a cup of coffee or a sandwich. It doesn't cost anything to say hello to somebody. It really doesn't.
Ken, thank you so much for your time.